I'm almost grown.
You're almost grown. We almost got a spot for you at the table on Thanksgiving.
All right. I don't have to sit at the kids' seat no more.
That's right.
Kids' table.
Not at the kids' table. But we had an interesting conversation about what it means to show up in beauty. You want to share your thoughts a little bit as we just dig in and get the audience a chance to get connected?
Absolutely. So, showing up in beauty, I think we all have wanted people to show up for us. And when we're on the receiving end, we definitely want people to show up for us
Right.
in beauty. We want people to come to our events. We want people to be happy while they're there and not,
Mhm.
creating no drama and all that.
Right.
We want people to cheer for us. But at some point, law of reciprocation, you got to ask yourself, how do I show up? You know,
Exactly.
how do I show up for other people? And I think, just in a general sense, I think one of the things that I admire most about people, because I know I'm not always that person that shows up all the time, but I see other people, and I see when you post stuff, Lisa specifically, and you're posting about where you showed up for somebody else. I I admire that so much, and so I'm like, if I find it attractive in other people when they show up for people, then I'm
Mhm.
like, you gotta remember, sometimes you need to show up, and not
Yeah.
just sometimes, but when you do show up for people and show up for them with beauty, show up for them how you would want them to show up for you.
Show up intentionally. I understand
Yeah.
life be lifing, right? I understand you
Mhm.
can't go to every invitation you've been asked
Right.
to come to. But I think it's important also to prioritize strategically so that you can have a nice hybrid of support and understanding from the very people that you're always consistently asking to come help me, come help me, come help
Right.
me. It's got to be I hesitate to say 50-50 because everybody's lives
Mhm.
are not the same, but it
Right.
should have some intentionality and understanding between both. If you don't know me to know that I'm juggling this, and this, and you don't respect that,
Mhm.
then I might not be the one you want. Because I
Right.
got three businesses, one husband, one son, six bonus children, seven grandchildren, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Right.
And there's only 2 days off in the week. And
Right.
sometimes not even that, because I'm also a speaker and a preacher,
Mhm.
which means on my Saturday and Sunday,
Right.
sometimes it's
Engagements.
not available. It's work
Mhm.
too. So just knowing that about each other, I think that helps to balance things. There are some people that I realize have had to set aside time during the week. Like maybe
Mhm.
we'll grab lunch or something like that, because that's also important. Showing up in beauty is not just for the events.
Right.
There,
Right.
there may be a need for some girl time
That part.
and girl talk where I don't need 50 people in the room. I
Mm-mm.
need to share with my sister, whether it's to commiserate or kiki, whatever it is.
Right. Right.
Sometimes you don't have a problem, but living in your own head by yourself without a sounding board.
Yeah. It's gonna create, because even if it's not just like, you getting in there like, oh, why they ain't showing up for me, or, well, I got all this stuff going on and da da da. Like, it be other stuff. Sometimes that what's in your head can have some negativity that you don't need to keep listening to. Like,
Exactly. You don't.
yep.
And oftentimes we
Mhm.
don't even intend to. Hey, Sheila, Sheila. We're talking about showing up in beauty, and Sheila's one that shows up in beauty, actually. Also, she has come into Charlotte from Greensboro to just
Mhm.
be a part of the conversation, to support and celebrate other women, and to share the love and information that she has to share, because that's important. But she also is in balance because she takes time to see her children, her
Mhm.
grandchildren, and her own life and business. You got to have an understanding with the people that you know, right? Because you could take things the
Right.
wrong way. Showing up in beauty could also be showing up in grace,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Mhm.
Because I have invited Dr. Sheila to a million Women Empowerment Network meetings. And it's not because she don't want to come. She has another engagement on that day at the same time that she can't be there. And I
Yeah.
respect that. But I still
Right.
invite her because you never know when you might be available, right?
Right.
And that's how she surprises me. Oh, they canceled it this week, or I didn't have it that week, or I stayed home and I just decided to pop in. Well, then now we can receive each other in love. I don't, well, you ain't never come before, or now you want to come because such and such is going. I'm saying those thoughts go in our minds.
Yes. Yes. And even not just showing up, but inviting in beauty, because the invitation sometimes, like, being on both sides, like, to have invited her, even though she hasn't been able to come. Some people don't. Like, I've heard the conversation. I've heard people say, they gonna always say no. Like, some people just lean on no. Like, I ain't coming, and they,
Absolutely.
for the most part, ain't coming. But sometimes those
Let me
very
finish.
people that ain't coming, they be like, "But I want an invitation." You're like, then sometimes you gotta
Make it
show
make
up,
sense.
and
Like you
sometimes
want
you
me
gotta
to
show
invite
up
you,
then.
and you know you're not coming, and now you feel
Right.
bad because I invited you or I didn't invite
Or
you.
didn't invite. Mhm.
That is a that so and that comes from I want to say some of that comes from our own fear of rejection.
Yes.
And I think that no matter how grown we get, we have some of that,
Yeah.
you
Or
know.
just every now and again, it may not be always, but then sometimes it sneaks in there, you
Mhm.
know? And also having enough grace for somebody who does invite you, and they keep
Absolutely.
inviting you, knowing that you say no, because that too can be difficult, because of the things that we let enter into our mind. So it's like, well, I don't want her to
Absolutely.
think I'm being pushy, or I don't want,
Right.
you know?
That's the challenge. And but
Yeah.
I say what I have learned is let them figure it out. When I extend an invitation, it's a genuine invitation.
Right.
If you can't come, I am teaching myself that it's not always about me.
That part.
Now, does that mean that I always learn that lesson? No. But I
Mhm.
am also teaching myself when I don't know for sure, it's okay to ask a question.
Right.
That's been scarier,
Mhm.
right? Because now you're opening up the room to find out the truth.
Yeah. And is it because you're not used to asking? Because, those are sometimes the tough questions, but
Yeah,
they really are the questions that most people were not used to being asked, because most people, they take the first no, like, oh, no, I can't. Oh, I ain't going to be able to make it. And then some people throw in some extra that you didn't ask for.
right.
They be a little telling a little story sometimes
Yeah,
about why
don't
they can't
hold
come.
me a
But
story.
yeah, and sometimes you didn't ask for that. Like, you just, can you come? Like, sometimes no is enough. But
Right. I think
sometimes,
actually most times no
yeah,
is enough.
yeah,
But if I need something from someone, and I say this personally from people that I have built relationship capital with. And
Mhm.
it's more than just I'm asking you. We have enough of a friendship to say, I'm going to need some help and I really need you
Right.
to come.
Mhm.
And then still no is a complete answer.
Yeah.
And we still have to get to the place where we can accept that gracefully.
Mhm.
But I think and I wonder how much of the old lessons or the old memories get tangled up in that, oh, she said no. She said no. That's it. Next, right? Or oh, she said no. Everybody says no to me but they always want me. And how much do we let the old dialogues live in our head rent free?
Right. Now I know we having girl talk, but we girls in business too. And and I know a lot of your audience definitely are people that are in business. And I'm like, we definitely have to think about our approach sometimes when we are asking. And not so much the approach and what you're saying, but like from what space are you coming from? Because
Right.
sometimes we're giving off an energy. We don't even realize we're giving off like we kind of asking and the words and how we saying it. We asking for somebody to be like, ooh, if that's the energy that's gonna be there, you can count me
I
out,
don't
sis.
want it.
You
Right. So how do we
right.
correct that? Because especially in the business that we share together. First of all, let me just share with the audience with that. Even that could have been precarious, right? Because
Mm,
Chakee had, I think she had mentioned it years before about Mary Kay and was a little bit could have been trepidatious reaching
yeah,
out to me like
yeah.
why am I going to keep bugging her, or I might take the impression she's bugging me, but she
Hmm.
didn't, because you know what, my response has nothing to do with her asking.
Right,
They don't have to go together.
right.
You have the right to ask a question and I have a right to answer a question,
Yes.
but if you
And I
never
do
ask the
sometimes,
question,
yeah,
right,
yeah, I do sometimes when I'm talking to some people and I just tell them, like, that's one of the things I just say. I'm like, I tell people both ways. If I am inviting you too much, or if you just don't even want the invitation, you have 100% right to be like, girl, you bothering me. And I can hear that, and I won't even take offense. I may ask you a follow-up question just so that I can understand the request or the
right,
ask, you know? But I'm like, I tell people, I'm like, other than that, I'm like, I'm gonna invite you and I'm not gonna make the decision that I know what you're gonna say
right. I'm
because I
not going to
don't.
make the decision that you have too much or too little going on in your life.
Right,
I am not going to make any of the decision because different people process information differently.
right,
You may have needed an invitation to come out to do this, right? Or
right.
and because I said, oh, she's got so much going on, I'm not going to put another thing on her plate.
Mhm.
She was looking forward to that.
Right.
Or you may have needed to just let this cup pass. But the
Mhm.
thing is, all that responsibility is in you. It's not in the person asking.
Right.
They're simply making it
Mhm.
available. You don't have to eat every cookie somebody says that you want. Would you like
That
a
part.
cookie? No.
Right.
Now I have to, because it would be rude. I don't want to be rude. I have to eat the cookie. Thank you, Vincenta. Vincenta as my
Hey,
beautiful
Vincent.
mentee. Amen. She is. And she's in my 30s club. That means that she's one of the nieces. Because I'm
Yes.
auntie.
Yeah.
But absolutely, and thank you, because we're gorgeous. We take care of our skin from within and without. I'm gonna
That's
tell you, I have been living. I think tonight I'm gonna do it. We just got a king size bed, so I might actually get a full piece of bed tonight. Because I've been sleeping on the edge of the bed. But I am looking forward to putting my yummy face mask on, and I'm going to sleep in it.
laid back. I had my eye patches on last night, and then I put them like right here too. I went to sleep.
Yep.
I woke up this morning. I was peeling them off my face, and they were still.
I got the eye patches too. I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna get all nice and juicy tonight.
Yep,
We we gonna be
just slap me.
hydrated.
Yeah,
Okay. I love it.
yep.
I live for it. I live for it. I think I might do a I think I might I don't know if I'm gonna do a charcoal before I put my mask on or if I'm gonna do I think you're not supposed to do the what's the one called with the
The
scrub,
microdermabrasion.
the microdermabrasion with the mask. I can't remember if that's
Hmm.
true or not. Because the
I don't know. I don't think so.
microdermabrasion kind of opens up your juiciness.
Hmm.
It just opens everything.
Yeah.
I love it. I love all of it anyway.
Right.
And I am really loving my husband and his Mary Kay man self. Because I see
Okay.
him over there. I see you shining and
Okay.
glistening.
Got a commercial waiting for Mr. Bryant.
Absolutely. But even that, it might be, they just want to, they don't want to come. It might be they
Yeah.
can't come. It
Right.
might be you didn't ask. All of those things you can't control.
Right.
It has nothing to do with you. And I think showing up in beauty means extending and accepting whatever the response is with grace.
Yeah. And speaking of grace, Dr. Lisa,
Yeah,
how do you show up in beauty when your grace is light? With your in your relationships, like your marriage.
pray, honey. I'm telling you, you have to pray because it's difficult to not wear your state of peace on your face. A lack of peace will age you for real,
Oh, yes.
right? So that's the
And from the
biggest
inside out
drawback.
too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Your lack of peace is going to give you all the lines. It's going to give your
Mhm.
blood pressure up. It's going to do all the
Mhm.
things. And that's why you've got to really connect with that partner in prayer, especially before it gets too divisive. Because
Yeah.
oftentimes it's simply a lack of, I was going to say a lack of communication, but I think misunderstanding is more the truth because
Mhm.
I for a lot of times I would get angry and aggravated with that husband of mine because like you don't hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. What? I don't get it. But then I took a step back and I watched him in some other scenarios with someone that's not me.
Mhm.
And there were a couple of things that kind of like, you can be patient and understanding over there. How come I can't get none of this? And then I just had these continued looks, and I realized this is just for me and my husband. I'm not saying that everybody is this way. I realized that oftentimes the other people get his best because I'm supposed to be the place that he doesn't have that he gets unconditional love.
Mhm.
And so that means he doesn't have to put it on. He doesn't have
Mhm.
to dot every I and cross every T. I'm
Mhm.
supposed to be that soft place.
Mhm.
Now, when that becomes unbalanced, when I'm like, look, I can't, like, I see you talking to these other people like you got some sense and you keep roaring at me.
Right.
What I realize is that that's when I have to get really clear. I have to get really, really clear. It can't be, oh,
Mhm.
baby, I love you, oh, baby, and this. No, it's got to be, listen, I think you must really be tired, but you know what? I'm tired too. And we're struggling to, to provide each other what we need in this little
Yeah.
moment here.
Mhm.
And we have that conversation more
Mhm.
often than not. Um, Also, one of the things that Brian, for you guys who don't know, Brian is my husband, amen. And is that he has made a commitment to me over the last 10 years that he has a responsibility to sell himself to me every day.
Mm. I've
So
heard him say that.
I know that's
I
a benefit
Yeah.
because my husband is a sales coach, but he
Right.
really does take it to heart. And I think that I do the same thing now as well. Like, if
Mhm.
I met you today, would I want you to be my husband?
Mhm.
That ain't easy to do every
That
day.
Yeah. But that's a good pillar to use it, or like a guidepost or a lamp, it's like,
Hmm.
am I on target,
Absolutely.
And I will say, like, that that piece where, like, you just, like, come in and, like, instead of just responding, like, really understanding, like, one, is this person really trying to hurt you? Probably not. Like,
Right.
of all people, he's not trying to hurt you. He
Hmm.
might hurt you sometimes, but he's not necessarily trying to hurt you,
Attempt, he's not trying to.
Yeah.
And that's always the first flag for me. That's the first thing
Mhm.
that's what holds me back from being in jail.
Ye
Like, he didn't do that on purpose, so we're gonna let him live until we
Yeah,
have this conversation. But then
yeah.
I will say, you almost died today.
He better get some water for you, some peace be still, and put keep it.
But honestly, when I do that, then I recount. All right, I can look at his schedule and see how busy he was today. I can look at the kitchen and see how many meals he missed. I can look at how much time he spent in with clients or whatever the case is. And that's usually an indicator for me. Oh,
Mhm.
that's what happened.
Yeah, yeah. I I've had, like, my husband has walked in through the front door, and it's like, "Rah, rah, rah," and I'm like, "Hmm," and I've just said, I'm like, "Oh, rough day?" Like, going through something, you need a little time. And I've put it right there on the front street, like, I
Hmm.
see, like, you're growling, and I haven't done anything to you. Have I done something to you that I don't know I've done? And really just lay it out there right then and there so that we can nip this. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give you some time,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna stay out your way. And in parentheses, that's silent. It's like, and you stay out of mine. Um, and you stay out of mine. Um, so that, this doesn't turn into something that it wasn't, you know, like, if you had something going on out there,
Hmm.
that ain't got nothing to do with me from that
Right.
perspective. Like, it doesn't need to be
Right.
my fight with you. So, um, and I've watched him soften. I've watched him soften, like, oh, yeah, that one for you. Like,
Right.
and so, and I think, and I used to do that with my
Is
youngest
your
daughter.
hair black again? Did you get rid of the
Yes.
blonde? I'm
It's
sorry.
just a little
I didn't
bit
mean to
it's
just
just a
bring.
little bit left. That's what somebody else was like, "Why your hair looks so dark?" I was like, "It's greasy." It's greasy. I just got this, how you can see yourself. I was like, got that random hair, like, get down,
I
get down.
see. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. But
Nah. But
I
yeah.
think that it's important to bring it to our husband's attention,
Mhm.
and that they feel comfortable to bring it to our attention as
Yeah.
well. Because when it's unspoken, it'll just keep growing in silence, and it'll catch on to other things that didn't have anything to do with it and keep snowballing. We don't want
Right.
that.
Yeah. And I just think that to me is showing up in beauty, because it addresses, it doesn't leave an issue
Hmm.
unaddressed. Like, yeah, you've said something. I brought it to your awareness. Um, and because I am one of those people, like, you'll know, you can kind of identify if I have an issue with you. It might get real silent, you know, because I'm a yapper. And if I stop yapping, and I'm moving around you in silence, we got a problem. And
Be
so,
afraid.
and my,
Be
yeah,
very
right.
afraid.
Be, yes. But like my husband is a talker, so he likes to talk through issues. And I'm more so like I retreat
Hmm.
because the retreating for me is better than like rah, because it can get big and it can get, and I'll be like, I don't want to show up like that. I'll be trying to maintain the beauty, right? So I don't want to show up like that. So it is better for me to withdraw, and then I think about how I want to show up. And so then when I start, I'm like, okay, so now I can collect myself and then I can talk through it without the
Right.
rah rah,
Well,
and so
and
I'm
that's what
like,
I was going
I
to
know
ask
I
you.
need my little downtime.
Yeah, but that's what I was going to ask you. So your retreat isn't a permanent retreat. It's a personal reflection and regrouping so that you can come back and share what's going on.
With age, that's what it's become.
Oh,
It didn't start off like
it
that.
didn't
It
always
started
wasn't
off
like
with a
that.
wall that was intended to keep you stay over there and I'm gonna stay over here. And
Hmm.
and I know one thing, and I think that's one thing about showing up in beauty is also understanding yourself. Because if you don't understand yourself and you don't understand what your triggers are and you don't understand how you respond to certain things. So for me, yes, I am oh, this isn't working. I start dooming that thing, it's like this ain't gonna work
Oh,
out.
okay.
And this is, that's what this is. This is over. And I start thinking about what life looks like if I go a
Mhm.
totally different path.
Yeah,
That's not
I
productive.
get that. It's not productive. I get it. And especially in marriage, it's not productive.
Right.
We really have to, I mean, unless you are in a violent situation, I
Yeah.
never say to stay in a domestic violence situation or whatever. But just disagreements, squabbles, um, unmatched energy, it's
Hmm.
important when that's going on, I think, to go back and revisit all of the reasons why you chose this
Mm,
person one day.
right.
And when you start counting the ways, if you must, counting the
Hmm.
reasons why you like them, his swag, his smell, his walk, the way he treats his children, what all of the things, right? When you recount all of the things, then it makes it more difficult to focus on what was aggravating you.
Yeah.
At least enough to let some diffusion come between whatever the consternation was so that you guys can then talk.
Right.
You know,
Hmm.
Brian and
Yep.
I will go for a ride in the car. He'll put me in the car and say, "Want to go to the store? You can go to the store by yourself. I don't really want to go to the store
Right.
because I'm finished, right? You done already,
Right. Like, no, stop talking to me.
right? No, thank you." But then
Right.
I realized, oh, he wants to have a captive audience, and then I take my phone and my headset, so you can't talk to me. But I mean, those are petty responses, right? And then you get to the place where you'll say, you know what? I didn't say anything because I didn't know what to say.
Right.
It upset me so much, and I didn't want to say the first thing that came to my mind. So I just kept it.
Right.
And it's,
I didn't want to be defensive because,
no,
some of us, we defend self first. Like,
yes. And defend, exactly. It doesn't matter who's right or wrong. I'm just
hmm,
going to defend because
right.
you could be wrong. But if you I mean, I could be wrong about what you think. But if I don't respond to the danger, then I could be hurt
Right.
emotionally, physically, or whatever. I always say, back in the day, I'm not a fighter anymore, but back in the day, I didn't like big people in my space
Mm,
because I'm a little people. And
yeah.
so if you're in my space, I felt like I was being threatened. And here's the
Yeah.
thing, I might not have been. But I
Right.
know that if you hit me, I'm going down. So that means even though you had no intentions of hitting me, I had to take you out
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
protect myself.
Yeah. You gotta know these things. And it's good to like let somebody else like the way nobody else would know that, like if someone wasn't small, they have no idea that that's the perspective, you
Exactly.
know?
That's why, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, you in my space.
Mhm.
I'm not being rude. I'm trying to save your life.
Right. The sun done shifted and it's messing with my lighting, Lisa.
It's beautiful though. It was a beautiful day. My goodness. It was a
Mhm.
beautiful day. But you
Yes.
know, showing up in beauty, I'm finding more and more is about the grace of inner beauty than it is external beauty.
Mhm.
Because I know some beautiful people whose energy, not so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
And
And
I'd
all
rather,
kind of like, they can be well accomplished, but like, yeah, family, it could it could be all kind of things and yeah, it's questionable. Mhm.
absolutely. And just being mindful of that, um, being aware of that makes me mindful to manage my own grace. And I say
Yeah.
grace because I think it's easier, even personally, it's easier for me to say grace than beauty.
Okay. Mhm.
Inner beauty versus inner grace. I think grace it tastes better on my tongue.
Okay.
But it's so important. And I'm so grateful to have some awesome friends to hang out with and be graceful. And I can't wait to do take off my actually what do I have? Oh, I just have lashes on today.
Oh, okay. She do look quite beautiful there, Lisa. Was gonna say something a couple times already, but I was like, okay, now she got the hair coming forward, and it
Yes,
looked
I
like you
love
just
my
got it
hair.
did today. It looks
No,
good.
it's a week old, but
Oh,
I need to
really?
figure.
Oh, look good.
Thank you. I like it too. I
Mhm.
like it too. I like it too. I wanted a alfalfa sprout. I don't know why I wanted it, but I can't get it to stay up. I just wanted one alfalfa sprout. I'm
Probably
gonna
because 'cause you're
wax
used to
them.
that height in the front. You're used to having
Yeah,
height in the front. Yeah.
maybe that's what it is, but I like it.
Yeah. Looks
I
good.
like it. Hey, Dr. Beverly says, hello, graceful beauties. Well, we are actually getting ready to release you guys from hanging out. We're glad you tuned in, and we hope you show up in beauty and grace in your own world. And if you would like to have a conversation with either me or Chakee about some of your beauty time or simply a conversation about grace, reach out to us. We're here on Facebook, we're on all the places and you can just slide into my DMs. I will answer
Mhm.
on
Yeah.
IG, Facebook, and YouTube. We love you and we look forward to helping to continue to bring you beauty and girl talk. Last word, Chakee.
I don't have no last words. Y'all have a wonderful week. Take some time out for you to like reset. Um, and yeah, like what Lisa said, reach out, holla at your
Reach out.
girls.
That's right. We want you to holler at your girls, and we love you. And in the meantime, and in between time, keep walking on water.